And we're going to start in the south today as we are tracking what is left behind, really, from a deadly tornado outbreak. Dozens of them have been reported in Alabama, Georgia, and Kentucky. At least 7 people were killed, 6 of them in a single Alabama county. One of the hardest hit areas was the historic city of Selma, where a tornado caused widespread damage, structures just torn apart, lives shattered. This morning, authorities are getting a clear picture of the extent of the damage, what they're going to need to pick up and clean up, and they're also still searching for more survivors. Let's go to Selma, Alabama right now. Ryan Young is standing by for us. Ryan, look at that.
It's just devastating behind us, and I can tell you in that close county, Atuga, they say they are finding more bodies, but they haven't been able to update us. They are still doing surveys all across the state, but we wanted to show you just how powerful the storm is. I'm close to 6 feet tall. Look at this. Look how tall this tree is. And look at this metal that's just wrapped in all over this tree like it's an ornament. This is what we're seeing, signs of destruction all over this city. We are on Broad Street, which is the main street here in downtown Selma. And as you look this direction, you can just see how the storm plowed through this area. We're going to walk this way to show you that building in the background. As we were looking around and even doing our own assessment, there are houses that they still haven't been able to reach because there are trees down throughout this area. Power companies have been surging in to try to restore some of the power, and phone service is very spotty throughout this area. The terrifying part about this, we were talking to people who did not know this storm was going to be that powerful, had to run for a closet because they were terrified by what they were hearing. Take a listen.
We had to run for cover. We had to go run and jump in the closet. Oh my God. Oh my God, y'all look. Oh my God, this the building beside us. Oh my God.
And Kate, just to tell you how dangerous some of this area is, look, there are pieces of wood all throughout this area, just like this one, but you can tell the nails are still sticking out. This was the projectiles that was going through people's windows, and as you look across the way here, you can just see the damage that's been left behind. Cars have been destroyed, houses have been torn to pieces, and we still don't know what the total assessment is just yet. A helicopter was just flying over from the state as they were trying to figure out exactly when to send their emergency crews. You can tell they're going to be doing this for quite some time. The cleanup is going to be massive, and this stretched all the way to Georgia. So as you understand, as First Light comes up, people are still shaking their heads, trying to wonder how the storm was so powerful and how it hit so quick, leaving a lot of people just sort of caught off guard. And now today, they're trying to figure out who's left and how many more bodies will they find today.
And
Kate?
Ryan, where you started and what you showed really is a terrifying depiction of just how powerful this storm must have been and how powerful the tornado was. To see that metal wrapped around that huge tree like, like tinfoil or tissue paper. I mean, we've seen destruction from tornadoes, unfortunately, many times in the past. That is quite an image to be seeing and to be waking up to today.
And this is absolutely, and this has been a very active year already. I mean, this area is used to having tornadoes, but to have this one come on top of everyone so quickly, and then to have everyone sort of trying to scramble to get cover, it had to be very terrifying yesterday.
Absolutely. Ryan, thank you for being there. We're going to continue. Ryan's going to continue to do great reporting on the ground for us. I appreciate it. Ryan mentioned Georgia. In Georgia, 1 death has so far been confirmed. A little 5-year-old was killed after a tree fell on top of a car. Derek Van Dam is in Griffin, Georgia, with a look at the damage there. Derek, what are you seeing?
Yeah, Kate, tragically, the one fatality in the state of Georgia was in an adjacent county to where I am now in Spalding County, and it was likely part of the same tornado that cycled up and down, causing the destruction you see behind me. What you're actually looking at is the top roof of a large shopping center. You can see a Hobby Lobby in my back here. There was a gas leak that's since been contained, but when we arrived on the scene after the tornadoes ripped through this area last night, you could smell the gas and you could hear the gas escaping as well. As Ryan said, it has been such an active year for tornadoes. Just with this latest round, there were 35 tornadoes, but to date, we've had nearly 100 tornadoes across the country in 11 different states, occurring in places like California and Illinois. In Georgia, we've had 3 days of tornadoes so far this year. That's nearly a quarter of the days of 2013. So we are 4 times the average number of tornadoes so far in 2023 to date. That's just incredible. Here in Spalding County, Kate, we actually heard about 4 middle schools that had to shelter in place during the height of the tornado as it moved through. The damage was so bad leading up to the schools that they actually had to keep the children in the school up until about midnight last night, when authorities deemed that it was safe for them to take the buses home to return them to their residence. So tragically, with the fatality in Butts County, which is directly to my east, a child losing their life, yet another story to report from in the south of an above average tornado season. Very, very difficult year already. Kate?
Yeah, sure thing. Sure has been. Derek, thank you for that. Let me bring in meteorologist Chad Myers on this. And Chad, you've been looking at these live shots from Derek and Ryan along with me, and just the damage that we've seen. I mean, dozens of tornadoes in the south. We're showing, this is a live picture we also have of in Selma as well. I mean, how strong were these tornadoes to do this?
Well, the one that moved over Selma kind of skipped a bit and then set back down as a very, very violent tornado in the Autauga County area. And the Weather Service from Birmingham picked up pieces of debris. Now, the radar can distinguish between twigs, leaves, shingles, and raindrops. Can't tell you if it's a stick or a twig or a leaf, but it can tell you that it's not a raindrop. And some of that debris was 20,000 feet tall, 20,000 feet in the air. That's how much it was sucking across parts of this area, just taking this tornado, taking this damage and just throwing it outside on the top of this tornado. This is just going to be devastating. The Weather Service out there right now trying to look to see what it was. Was it an EF3 or maybe something stronger? They're not rare, but certainly the number that we've had so far this year certainly would be rare. There are the tornadoes. And because we have 35 and I see so many dots so close to each other, I'm thinking maybe that was the same tornado on the ground for quite some time. There, right there, is where the rain is now. It is not severe across parts of Florida, just a cooler air mass. Colder behind it in Buffalo, that's where it's snowing. Also, some snow trying to get to Nashville right now. Could even make its way all the way into North Georgia as we work our way into tonight. Out to the west, yes, this is where it's going to rain and snow again, but only for just maybe 3 more days, maybe 4. There's going to be rain, there's going to be snow in the mountains, but by the time we work our way into next Thursday, the forecast is for below normal precip. And the forecast for that is about as good as you can get for the people in California.
No kidding. Thanks, Chad. I really appreciate it, having you watch all this for us. Really appreciate it. Joining me now, let's talk more about Alabama and the destruction that has been wrought there. Ricky Adams is joining us. He's the Director of Field Operations for Alabama Emergency Management. Mr. Adams, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me. We're just seeing some of the pictures coming out of Alabama are just heartbreaking. We're looking right now, we're showing people a live look in Selma this morning. What's your top priority today?
Yes, you're right. It was a very significant weather day yesterday. Our top priority today, again, it continues to be life-saving in any of those areas where search and rescue is being conducted. And after that, there will be an assessment or ongoing assessments of the damages and needs of the citizens so that we can help the county provide them with the resources that they need.
Yeah, the latest that we've heard is at least 6 people have been killed in your state. The coroner in Autauga, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, county told CNN that they're finding more bodies still this morning. Where does the death toll stand right now?
Yes, actually the death toll has increased to 7 in Autauga County, and search and rescue efforts continue. I spoke to Ernie Baggett, who is the EMA director in Autauga this morning, and the reason that the search and rescue is continuing is because where the fatalities occurred, there was a combination of occupied and unoccupied dwellings or homes there, and they want to make sure that they go through all the debris and account for any of the individuals that may have lived there. It's a horrible mess.
A horrible mess. I mean, we've been told that the tornado that hit Selma was likely on the ground for 50 miles. I mean, the National Weather Service described it as, it being on the ground for a long time. Chad Myers, our meteorologist, describing just how high in the air some of this debris was sucked up, just showing the force of these tornadoes. How do you describe what's What's happened there?
Well, as you said earlier, Alabama is no stranger to tornadoes. It was a very intense storm and may have even been on the ground more than 50 miles. We'll wait for the National Weather Service to assess that. We estimate that at least 30 or more counties were impacted in one degree or the other by this particular storm system.